Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where as promised, we are in approximately the orbit. I don't think it's exactly the orbit, but it's very, very close. Now I want to see if we can tweak this, like up here a bit, by burning normal. And you can ignore this. The game is very confused right now. But burning a little bit normal to bring down our... To bring down our inclination. Technically, this is anti-normal. But maybe toss in a little bit of... Ooh, that's exciting. That's very exciting. Let's try resetting that for the moment. And let's bring this in a little bit more cautiously. So this is coming in very, very, very high, right? So that's fine. I want to just bring it down and try to get us a little bit more equatorial. This is nowhere near equatorial as it sits right now. Nowhere near. But let's see what we can do potentially about that. I'm just kind of tweaking it here and there. Do we need to get radial burns in there? Maybe. That's not awful, actually. Not awful. Okay. Sure. So, I mean, it's still nowhere near equatorial. We'll see if we can find anything to do that. I'm not sure. We may just have to not do this here. We may just have to try to, we would circularize here. Or not really circularize, but at least get ourselves into an orbit. How much would it cost us to circularize? Approximately 200 delta V. Because my concern right now is how much will it cost us if we then burned here. How much will this cost us to get equatorial? It's a lot, is the answer. It's a whole lot. Like, this node here is 554 meters per second. I think we'd have enough to do that. And then bring that down to be like 1,000,000 meters. That would be semi-reasonable, actually. So we can do that. I think that's okay. How circularized is this really? Not super, but it doesn't have to be incredibly circularized. That's okay. So we're going to try to get this thing turned. We cannot physics warp while we have this turned. Oh, by the way, I did turn on... Oh, I turned it off apparently, but I did turn on unbreakable joints because we were having a bit of a problem with the joints. They're actually... It's already broken, isn't it? I think I have to reload this. Okay, so we're going to reload it. We were having an issue with the joints just breaking because it's not supposed to work the way I have this set up. We're going to reload that and turn on unbreakable joints. I thought that it was already on. I had turned it on yesterday, but apparently not. Okay, it is on right now. And let's hop in here to the Class E asteroid. Okay. And yeah, it's not broken currently. Good. So let's get back in here. We've determined that we're going to do this the potentially less efficient way, but it should, I think, be okay. I think we've got enough delta V to make that happen. So we're going to come in here, burn slightly retrograde. Roughly 200 delta V here. Okay. So there we go. We'll align for that. We cannot physics warp this. And I'll turn RCS on to help us turn this. And this burn is going to be a little bit complicated. These burns are all going to be very difficult for us. But looking at our actual orbit here, this isn't changing tremendously. Okay, I'm going to turn the RCS off. And we can see the rock is now starting to move. So that's good. That is very, very good indeed. And eventually, we'll get it turned. But things like this is why the unbreakable joints is necessary here. Otherwise, it's going to break joints like that. So, that's fine. But we are starting to make some progress on getting this thing turned. Now, the actual burn is going to be complicated, too. But we don't actually... We don't have to get this burn exactly this much. Like, we really, really don't. In fact, this may be best if we don't. So, instead, we are going to bring this on around. And then we're going to warp to this burn, which should go very, very quickly now that we have the enhanced warping. So that should be fine. Around we come. And we will get there soon. We still have a lot of weight in these tanks. And of course, the rock itself weighs a ridiculous amount. So there's all that. But we are beginning to drift at this point. If we go into the maneuver mode, we can see here it's not really trying too... Well, it is trying a decent amount to get us moved over. It's mostly trying to counteract that roll and get us moved over a bit with our pitch. Okay, so this thing has a lot of momentum as we turn here, and we cannot physics warp this, otherwise things go wrong. So we're just going to head on in. Once we are approximately here, we will kill the momentum. And I don't think we're going to do this full burn. I mean, it thinks that we don't have this Delta V. We absolutely do. Something broke here at some point, and the game doesn't think that we have fuel. We have fuel. We have lots of fuel. So that's fine. Okay, we are almost in position on the turn. That is very, very good. And we'll have some solar panels still solar paneling. Are we negative on our electric charge right now? Not really. We're actually doing decently fine on electric charge, so that's good. Not forever, though. Okay, we're just slowly drifting our way in here. This is definitely a test of patience. There's no doubt about that. So in we go. And the moment we get approximately where we want to be, that's the moment that I press this button to start the warp. Okay. Almost there. Incredibly close right now. Awkwardness ensuing here. But let's go ahead and do this. Cool. So in we head. We've got about 200 days. 150 to go. 90. 30. And our burn will begin very, very shortly. In fact, I'm going to begin this burn right about now. Because we're going to be drifting off the node. RCS is on. Whoa, hang on a moment. What's going on? I think we're kind of detached. Not kind of. This is really weird. There's some physics cracking going on here, I think. I'm going to try redoing some of these. Let's do that. Let's release this guy and let that grab back on. Okay. Let's release this one. Whoa! Okay. Apparently we're physics crackening on away. Let's burn towards target. Kill this relative velocity as best we can. That's exciting stuff. Okay, I'm going to bend these guys back. We need to grab not necessarily this. Okay. Now we're going to head back in. We've targeted the center of mass here. That was definitely very physics crackeny because we had multiple grabbers grabbed there. I don't know what was going on there. But we're going to head back in at about 2 meters per second for now. And I'm trying to adjust our velocity here to be approximately correct. Okay. Our velocity is shifting here. Not super swiftly, but it is shifting. Cool. We still need to be moving our velocity a bit. Still need to move it a bit. That was really awkward, though. No doubt about that one. Okay, I think we just need to bring it up a bit now. I think we're good horizontally, or close to good. Okay. Now I'm going to try to brake us a little bit. And point us back at the target. Let's bring this on in. And let's give this a go. Hopefully we can get reattached here. And, are we in orbit right now? Yes, we are in orbit. So this is safe. We're not losing out on any burn time here, really. Okay. Adjusting our velocity slightly. Okay. And let's just try to grab onto the center of mass here. And we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start braking ever so slightly here because we're moving in at 2 meters per second right now. And I'm adjusting our velocity a little bit. Or attempting to. Okay. So in we come. Once again. And we'll get grabbed on here to something. Okay, we're grabbed. So, RCS off. I'm going to quick save. And, boy, that's bouncing. Let's do that number to try to reset that. Okay, Now we're going to flip this back in over here. And this extension is not at maximum. Oh, we can't quite reach over here, it would appear. Wait, no, we grabbed. We grabbed. Okay. We'll try to do the same over here. Target angle of 0. And let's bring this extension on back. There we go. We grabbed. Okay, and let's try to do the same over here. Target angle of... Or actually, I want to drop this extension first. Target angle of 0. And extend it very cautiously. I don't know that it's grabbed. No, it is not. That grabbed. Okay. So we'll put it right there. Cool. And now for this one, which managed to get itself pushed in a little bit here. Where's that hinge at? Here it is. Okay. And then we'll extend that guy on in. There we go. Giving us 5 points of contact. Now we will control from here. And bring it on around. Cool. Well, that was definitely more awkward than I was planning. No doubt about that one. Our apoapsis is going up from RCS right now. But ultimately, that might be reasonably okay. Let's actually get rid of this. And turn our RCS off. And I want to come in over here, set our mining ring station as our target. So, the descending node will be here. This is very awkward indeed. We knew that would be the case. 4 hours and 42 days. Okay, so at the descending node, we would need to burn normal quite extensively. And probably going to need to toss in some retrograde in there too. Definitely. These encounters are awkward and not exactly what we want. But that's okay. We need to completely flip our direction, don't we? Yeah, this is the wrong way. So we need to delete that. And we need to bring this around instead. Because that was going retrograde. So we need to bring this around this way. Which is going to be quite a bit more delta V. Oh, look, this reset. That's nice. So we'll bring that on around. About like so. (1.1 degrees). Okay, let's try timing this. No radial. Let's try changing our timing. 0.1 degrees. Okay. We may have to fine-tune that later, but that gets us a good chunk of the way. And then the question is, how much delta V will it take to get ourselves like an intercept here? That's another 400 on top of this. with a relative speed of what? I mean, this timing isn't going to be perfect, and we don't need it to be. I just want to eyeball getting estimates on what our relative speed will be. 640. That's too much. We need to find a way to do this more economically. Okay. The question is, how will we go about doing that? That's a good question. Because any way we slice it right now, this is going to be about what it is. Like, that's not perfect, obviously. But it's going to be about like that. We could bring our apoapsis down right now. And that might be a better bet, actually. Bringing our apoapsis down near the periapsis here. That's probably going to end up being the way to go. So we'll get ourselves turned over here. Turning is very slow and difficult. No doubt about that. Okay. For now, we'll turn the RCS off, and I would love to be able to physics warp this. Let's see if that works. It looks like 2x is reasonably okay. That's good to know. Okay, so we're in a retrograde position here, or approximately a retrograde position. There we go. So at this point, we need to think. If we were to burn down here and roughly circularize, like this, then we go to this descending node and bring this down 117 degrees. That's a lot of degrees. There's no doubt about that one. Approximately like this. That is then 1,000 meters per second, which leaves us with about 400. So then we would look to get an encounter. Which, that encounter is awkward because of the moon. But something kind of like this. That is 350 with a relative speed of 800 meters per second. This is pretty unhelpful. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cut in here, and we're going to investigate options of how to get this intercept more economically a little bit off camera. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.